Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my interdisciplinary art studio. We are in the middle of a heat wave here in Maine, and I figured this was the perfect opportunity to share with you my routines and rituals as a full-time working artist. All these practices honor the specificity of the season, the natural rhythms that come with this time of year, as well as my own ADHD and living with chronic pain and illness, a gentler take on being an artist. I hope that this invites creativity and kindness into your creative practice. Okay, let's get into it. Number one, part of my practice is to ground myself, get a lot of my thoughts out. I often am really overwhelmed with creative ideas and a lot of emotion. I will write a few pages in my journal. Very recently, I restored this antique writing desk. It holds my oracle and tarot decks, as well as my current books that I'm reading. So specifically for the summertime, any day that it is possible to do this, I will sit outside and bring my deck and just take a moment to really center myself in nature. All of my work is inspired by nature, and so this not only sets my nervous system up for success for the day, but also is just so creatively stimulating and often results in me doing my sketching outside and is just a really calming way to start the day. Oh my God, could there be more cars going by? It's like I live in the middle of nowhere and then it's like truck. Another truck, bigger truck. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I'm gonna totally and entirely cover this painting, so don't get too attached. Practice number two, tackle your creative sticking point at your own personal sharpest time of day and at the coolest time of day. So what this means, I personally get extremely frazzled, stressed, brain foggy, not sharp when I'm hot, like really hot. I feel like a soggy, sad little, there's a reason I live in northern Maine. This exacerbates tasks that are challenging. So if, let's say, I'm trying to tackle a creative problem at the heat of the day, I am probably gonna get astronomically more stressed, and I'm just going to feel, I don't know, I'm just gonna be more frustrated. So whether you're a night owl or a morning person, this will depend on the timing, but for me, I'm definitely a morning person. I feel really sharp when I wake up, I'm good to go. And tackling a creative problem that has been really frustrating or worrying me, any creative problem that you're having, tackling it at that time. If you're a night owl, you can do this in the evening after the sun has come down, things are cooling down a little bit. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna tackle this. I'm actually going to be completely covering it and totally and entirely changing this painting. This is gonna be featured in my solo showcase that's happening at Triangle Gallery. This piece is just the first layer. It's breaking leaves. Number three. I don't know how to not say these numbers weird. Number three, make art outside as much as possible. First of all, why is this important? Maybe this isn't something that bothers you, but I personally feel so unbelievably distracted and sunshine FOMO. If I am inside the entire day when it is sunny, it is painful to just be inside, like looking outside. I can barely focus on what I'm doing. Like I said, in the morning, going outside, that usually like relieves it, and then I feel like I can kind of be productive. So if you're like, I can't do that, you can do something really, really small in the morning, even like 5 minutes. I think planning projects that can be taken outside. So bringing a sketchbook with a really limited amount of supplies. I just bring this, my sketchbook, sometimes like a pen, watercolor, oh, there's a leaf in there, palette. I actually made all of these from hand grinding stones. I made these watercolors. And if people are interested, let me know and I can show you how to make your own Earth Pigment watercolor palette. And for the watercolor, this just fills with water, and then you have the brush, and then if you push it, then the water comes out. And I have had this for like 10 years and I love it. If you don't want to travel far, you just want to sit outside, if you have that as an option outside of your home, I purposely planned a lot of smaller projects that could be brought outside. These are my current bag charms. These are gonna all be in my summer shop update. Woo! I'll primarily bring my embroidery outside. This is like the most perfect to go. I was gonna say snack, but it's a perfect to go snack. Re-zhuzhing this piece, which is so exciting. I'm filling it out a ton, and it has kind of a new concept. I'm getting distracted. I'm not trying to, but you know, I did put ADHD in the title. Stay focused. That was number 4. What's number 5? Number 4. I think this is right. Did I skip number 4? Being mindful of the specificity of summer plans. I think this is particular for those who live in a very cold climate for most of the year. When summer hits, it's like a different world almost, and everybody, even introverts, we like run out of our houses. We do all these crazy things. I'm so glad I went.
You're introverted little bean. Talk to people.
Honoring the special circumstances of summer, not only that there are just so many more events, also gonna probably be even more creatively satiated. There are so many opening receptions for galleries that it's time to be outside, to go to the beach, to go to the woods, to do all these things that you can't do as easily, let's say, in the dead of winter. So I will just simply honor that, really like a time to feed my creative soul, and know that, you know, February through April, it's gonna be a deadened landscape. Like there's gonna be basically nothing going on. It's not going to be as robust inspiration-wise in the landscape. Knowing that this is kind of a time to like plant those seeds and gather all of that inspiration, and know that this is paradoxically the time you're going to be like most inspired to make work, and the least amount of time to do it in, because you will be out and about actually enjoying life. Hopefully you get to have a beautiful summer. But simply writing these down, keeping log of these in your sketchbook and taking photos, know that you're going to just keep them in mind for later, and you're not necessarily going to be able to act on all this inspiration. I tend to get creatively overwhelmed. I will literally wake up and be like agitated because of how many ideas I have. So funneling those ideas into a physical place for me really helps get them out of my head. And it also tells me, hey, you're not losing any of these ideas. These are not going to go away. And if by the time you actually have time, they will have matured and maybe combined with something else and richened and deepened. And if it still is staying with you, then yeah, definitely make that project, definitely, you know, engage with that idea. But just know that you may not have a lot of time because you're out gathering inspiration. So just seeing that cycle, and that's my tip for getting a little less overwhelmed. I even have an inspiration journal. So this is where I keep all of the resources that I gather from going to show openings. So I'll keep the cards, I'll keep the text if there is one from the show, as well as imagery. I will physically print these out. So many of these, just like pure inspiration journals. Number 5, which is why I brought you in here in the first place. Make space for a personal project. So this can be the smallest thing in the world. Oh, that's fun. You want a bubble? Or you can be crazy like me and make like 13 different pieces for one event. My birthday is in June, and I have always dreamed of when I turn 33 to have a Hobbit themed birthday party, because Hobbits become adults at 33. So I gifted myself some time in the studio to just make for our home and create a beautiful space in here. I made this tablecloth, I made these, I made a bouquet of faux flowers. If you want me to do a video on all of those projects and how I created the event and curated this space, I need you to comment big video for me to edit, and it would be absolutely worth it, but I want to make sure that's something that people would be really into seeing. Was that 5? Number 6. Numbers, man. We're super backlit. This is the most fun one. This is the best one. I think I should do a full video on this, honestly. Create a self-assigned curriculum. So what I mean by that is gather together the resources that you like to engage with. Could be art magazines, could be podcasts, could be artist newsletters, audiobooks, anything that you consider to be research that stimulates you creatively, add to this list. I make a seasonal curriculum for myself that aligns and enhances the work that I'm doing in my practice. So I've been thinking about themes of interconnectedness with nature, as well as magic and concepts of the home to be able to embody strength. So those are the types of books that I am reading this season. If you want me to do a specific video on my summer curriculum and show you all those books, let me know and I can put that together. Okay, don't ask what I'm doing here. Don't even worry about it. I wanted to share a little bonus idea for the seasonal goodies, which is to make a seasonal studio playlist. So I do this every single season, and when I am not listening to a book or just needing to focus and just listening to my brain waves, I will put on a specific playlist in the studio. And I personally really like listening to the same songs over and over again. And it ends up becoming like the soundtrack of that season. And I equate it to the work that I made. And it just feels very magical. My current one for the summer is Soft Summer. And I love it. And if you like Julia Wolf, you will like this playlist. Back to 2 weeks ago, Deanna. Isn't 7 the most powerfully magical number? Stabby stab. Don't be like that, stabby stab. This is by far, I think, the most important one and also hardest for me to practice, and is kind of the culmination of everything that we've been talking about. Honor slow making in a fast-paced world. This could be a whole other video. This could be a whole other big topic, but making handmade pieces, hand grinding stone to make paint, using a vintage tufting tool, patchworking tiny little pieces of scrap together, embroidering a dozen butterflies. These things take time and energy and mindful focus. I have put a lot of pressure on myself in the past, to not giving myself time to rest within the work or rest within the, schedule that I have. Is the busiest time I've had career-wise. I have had so many shows this summer, and I have 2 really big ones coming up. If you want to get the invitations to these, all you have to do is sign up for my newsletter. You just go onto my website and you fill in your email, or you can head to Patreon and free members will be invited as well. But I have the opening for the gallery at Ren, which all the work that's behind me here. And then I have my solo showcase at the Triangle Gallery in Rockland, Maine, opening September 4th. I've been making a very conscious decision to be gentle with myself and to try to luxuriate and to just really enjoy what I'm doing and not put pressure on it. Yes, I have deadlines that are very strict, and yes, I do need to produce a lot of work and have been kind of under the wire for a while, 10 years or so. But your creative time, whether you are a professional artist or you are making in the 15 minutes between when, your kids wake up and you have to go to work, creativity is not a goal to be gotten to. It is a process. That's why we call it a practice. It is just showing up for yourself and honoring that where you are right now is enough. Honoring where you are, celebrating where you are, and honor that the work takes as long as it takes. your process can look completely different to anyone you've ever met. That's what being an artist is. You're crafting your own path. I hope that this video inspired you and got you excited to make this summer in whatever medium you're doing and however much time you have or how experienced you are. If you would like more art inspiration and guidance, you can head to my Patreon. I have a free membership and then 2 paid memberships. All of the artist diaries and studio chats for free for the month of June, so you can check those out, the backlog of those from last month. And you can become a fellow maker and see all of the past videos and studio posts, mini guides, and all the things if you would like. But no pressure, and I'm just happy to have you here. This guy and many others are gonna be in my summer shop update. I will see you on the Fifi Flop. Bye.